guys, so today I'm filming another chill, get ready with me / chatting about some things. I want to get some feedback from you guys. Let me know if this is too much because I have a few new products, but they're not like the first reviews to go up. I'm trying to figure out if I should do like a chatty video with new products because I don't know if people just want to see the new products. Like if I start talking about something, are you guys gonna be like, oh my gosh, nobody cares? Or do you like when I mix in a topic as well, because I'm not the first person like reviewing some of this stuff, but I also want to show it on my channel? Like, let me know if you have any feedback on that. But I'm sure from the title you can see we're gonna talk about the Tinder Swindler documentary. Can I call it a documentary? I think I can. I just thought it was a very interesting story. And just today I was talking to my mom and she had quite the story to tell me. So I want to tell the story that my mom shared with me, hear what you guys think about stuff like this, hear if it's ever happened to you. Like, we're just gonna get really chatty. So yeah, let's get into it. So I actually moisturized my skin a bit ago. I bought that new Refer moisturizer because they were doing like a pay whatever you think kind of campaign. And so I ended up grabbing it because you guys know me. I live in a very cold place and I love to moisturize my skin. So I am trying that. It's okay. It's not like to die for, like, oh my gosh, you guys need it type product, but I have it and I just wanted to mention it. But for primer, I'm trying to use up this silicone-free priming moisturizer from Good Molecules. They actually sent this to me and I feel like I'm almost there. And I'm trying really hard not to buy primers, although I just bought this one from e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Primer. My friend Heather was raving about this, so I have given it a couple of wears. It does pill on me, so I need to figure out how to not have that happen because I'm not a fan of makeup that pills. So is that what it's called? Pilling? I think it is. Anyway, I got the new Makeup Forever foundation, so let's talk about this really quick. So this had a lot of really good claims. I've been trying a lot of foundations lately, so I really didn't feel like I needed one more, but this is called the Makeup Forever HD Skin Imperceptible Undetectable Stay True Foundation. So this is like the Mission Impossible of foundations, and it has a lot of claims. So let me see if I can find them all. I thought they'd be on the box. It says on here, for over 3 years, our worldwide collective of makeup artists have been working to create HD Skin, this ideal foundation, ultimate flawless second skin effect, high blur effect with an undetectable finish, buildable medium to full coverage, high resistance on skin, 24-hour long-lasting, waterproof, sweat-proof, mask-friendly, true-to-skin shades. So ideal for normal, combination, and oily skin. I definitely have dry skin, so that'll be interesting, but I was never able to find my right shade with the original HD, so I winged this one online. This is 3N48. And I guess that used to be Y422. This is what it looks like. I really like the bottle. I love the top on here. It looks a little different. I'm just gonna apply. I did 3 pumps. Might be a lot, but that's okay. It feels nice and cooling. And I'm just gonna blend that in. If you guys haven't seen the Tinder Swindler on Netflix, spoiler alert, I'll probably spill a lot of the storyline on here. So if you were planning on watching it and you don't want to hear what happens, then don't watch this video. But it's basically about these 3 women that get scammed hard by a con artist. So he starts off as like the Prince of Diamonds and supposed to be like super wealthy, has this like Instagram account with like I think like 100K plus following. And he basically convinces these girls that he's in love with them. And then the con, because I was trying to figure out where the con was, and the con is that he like gets them to fall in love with him, and then he says like, oh, like let's move in with each other, sends them on these like wild goose chases, all of the initial meets start off with like him making like a massive display of wealth. So it's always at like a 5-star hotel. And so he meets up with these girls and convinces them to fall in love with him. And then he says that since he's so wealthy, he has like a bodyguard, and he sends them these like pictures. Everybody gets the same pictures of how he was attacked, and then how his enemies are coming for him, and he can't use his like personal bank account. So he asks these girls to make like major withdrawals, take out credit cards, borrow like large sums of money. And basically the show highlights 3 women that he conned. One thought they were in a relationship. One girl was considering him a friend, and then there was another girl who was also his girlfriend. And these cons lasted like quite some time. Like the one girl at the end said they had been together for like 14 months. Anyway, so he bleeds them dry and always says he's gonna pay them back and never does. So the one girl was like seriously in debt because of this guy, and it was just a mind-blowing story. I was really sort of feeling bad for these girls. I was also wondering like, how does this happen? But you know what, when you're in love, like sometimes you're not always thinking clearly. I can see how that happened. And so I just was like fascinated by the show. I ended up telling my friends about it, and we all watched it again one weekend. And so my friend's husband keeps sending me like Tinder Swindler memes, which I find hilarious. So before I tell you my mom's story, I'm gonna use this Superstay Maybelline concealer. I think this is the one Angie was raving about. She said she really liked it. I think this is it, Angie. I'm sorry if this is not the Maybelline concealer that you like, but I know Maybelline has some concealers that look similar, like in similar packaging. So I'm hoping I grabbed the right one, but you know that I could have grabbed the wrong one too. This shade is way darker than what I usually get for concealers. I got the shade 45, and I got this on Target. And honestly, I had such a hard time color matching myself, so I'm not surprised that it's too dark, but I'm hoping I can like blend it. Freya is playing with her toys. She's in her little baby Bjorn. So cute. It's so wild to see the progress she's made, because when I first put her in it, she didn't know what to do with her toys, and now she like knows to like play with it, and her fingers are like moving all over it, which is so cute to see. Okay, so I mean, I feel like the concealer blended in. We'll see what it looks like when I'm reviewing the footage, because sometimes things don't always translate the same way on camera. But anyways, I am liking the foundation so far, so we'll see how I feel about it. Things look different under studio lights sometimes, so I'll be curious to see when I review the footage. I've been loving this, by the way. This is the Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder, and I have the shade Medium Dark 15. My friend Makeup Just for Fun actually sent me this because ColourPop sent her the whole collection, and she wanted to make sure that she decluttered it as best she could and get it out to other people and not just like waste it. So very thankful to her for sending that my way. And then I don't have a new bronzer, so I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and bronze up my face. And I'm using the Sigma brush. This is the F44 that Sigma sent me. So while I'm applying bronzer, let me tell you, so today I was talking to my mom, and it was so funny. Like, we've gotten into this routine now that I'm stay at home with Freya. We talk to each other every morning, and you know, I let her like FaceTime with Freya because she hasn't actually had a chance to meet Freya in person yet because my parents live overseas. In case you didn't know this about me, I'm Sri Lankan, and my parents still live in Sri Lanka. I just had a baby, so they haven't gotten a chance to meet her yet. They're trying to move here, but of course with the panini, everything slowed down, so I try not to think about it, try to make the best of the situation, XYZ. So anyways, she was telling me the story. So she has this friend who she loves dearly, and this friend had told her about this friend that she'd been texting for a while, and it's this guy named like James or something. And this lady, mind you, is like 78 years old or something, 70 something, like quite significantly older than my mom. My mom said she used to be friends with her daughter, and then my mom made friends with the daughter's mom, and so now they like talk and stuff. So this lady's been like chatting to this person named James, who's a doctor in the UK. And so her friend James sent her a package, and the package was on its way. And so I don't know how many people in the US are familiar with this whole situation, but if you send something from out of the country, any country, it has to go through like a customs process. So in Sri Lanka, you would have to pay like taxes for whatever is coming. Her friend, whose friend James was sending her this package, told her that this package was on its way. It's full of like currency, it's full of jewelry for her, it's gonna have all of this stuff for her, and so all she needs to do is pay the taxes, and then she can clear it through customs. And that customs was going to be like 120,000 Sri Lankan rupees. I'll put the conversion here because I can't do that math off the top of my head, but for Sri Lankan rupees, that's a lot of money. So this poor lady, because she's a little bit older and she didn't have the cash like right on hand, so she asked my mom if she could borrow the money, and my mom was like, what do you need that for, like blah blah blah. And so this lady told her like, oh, this is my friend James, he sent me this package, it's full of all this really nice stuff, I need to clear customs and grab it. So luckily my mom, not that she's like oblivious, but most tech savvy person, my mom, so I don't know how she like thought of all this stuff, but she was like, no, this is like a scam, like somebody's scamming you, they're not actually sending you all this stuff, blah 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 blah. And so her friend apparently got so upset with her because my mom had said, of course, like I'll help you with, you know, anything, not thinking like it's about like somebody trying to like scam her 120k Sri Lankan rupees, you know. So then apparently her friend got super upset because her friend was like totally like fallen for this con, because she's like, oh my gosh, like you're my friend, you don't want to help me, blah 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 blah. Like upset at my mom, saying like, why aren't you like giving me the money, you said you would, blah blah blah. So my mom was like telling me the story, and she's like, honestly, she's like, Karen, I could totally tell it was a scam. And apparently this guy had said like he's divorced and he has a 7-year-old daughter, and like had given her photos and was calling from a British phone number. And so she like fell for this like hook, line and sinker. And my mom was so funny, she's like, yeah, and even I get like messages like this, but I know it's like a scam. And she's like, some people make up these like huge stories about how they're gotten into like car accidents and they need money, which like you guys probably get these kinds of emails too. I think this is like a universal thing, these kinds of scams. So anyway, this lady had totally fallen for this whole situation, and she was like so upset with my mom, and my mom's like, no, like I can't give you the money. She said like she even got this lady on speakerphone and like had my dad try to talk some sense into her and all of the things. And I'm just like sitting there going like, oh my gosh, like did this lady give these people the money? Like seriously? Like I hope not. And so then my mom's like, oh my gosh, she was like really wanting to give them the money. And so my mom said that James had given her a contact that was gonna take the money, and like given her like a phone number and a bank account to wire the money to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like the plot thickens, like, oh gosh, like please tell me these people didn't like send this person money. And so my mom said she actually called the number for the so-called like Sri Lankan contact for this James guy. She's like, oh my gosh, Karen, it was so weird. Like this person was like, I'm so busy, like I don't have time for this phone call, like are you gonna send the money? Like, you know, it was just very suspicious, and my mom was like totally like onto them. Okay, quick pause. So I want to use the Plain Jane Remastered palette, but I need some mattes to go with it. I think I'm going to use this Morphe palette. So I got this Just Say Zen palette from Morphe when I bought all that other stuff from the Morphe like Lunar New Year sale. And I haven't tried this palette, so I figure maybe I could combine them. I'm so curious because I know my friend Angie tried some of these 9-pan palettes from Morphe, I think a year or two ago, and she said the quality was horrible. So I was so curious about this color story, and I haven't seen any videos on it. So let me just watch it and see if this will be something I'm curious to put on my eyes. It feels very smooth, but the shades are swatching kind of light. I'm a little nervous. Let's see how the mattes swatch. Okay, not bad. So there are the swatches of the Morphe Artistry palette in the Just Say Zen color story. This is so cute. I saw this on Ulta and I was like, oh my god, I want it. And so then when I was buying all this other stuff on the Morphe site, I was like, oh, let me just get that, you know, whatever. I got a discount. So anyways, let me grab a blending brush. And I'm going to grab this one from Spectrum, and I'm going to go into this blue shade because it just looks so enticing. I think it's going to be too light for me, but I'm very curious. So anyways, back to my story. So yeah, my mom said she called the phone number, talked to the guy, and she's like, this is like, smells like such a scam. And she told her friend, she's like, okay, well, if this guy is legit, because she said she was on the phone with her friend for hours. Like, her friend was so upset with her that she wasn't giving her the money that, you know, like, my mom was getting annoyed with her friend because she's like, okay, I'm trying to help you from getting scammed. Like, don't treat me like I'm a bad friend for not giving you 120K rupees. So she was getting annoyed with her friend, which I could totally see my mom, because she's like a very kind-hearted person, but like, if you're being an idiot, she's not just gonna sit there and be like, okay, let me just enable your idiocy. Anyway, so then she told her friend, she's like, okay, if you think this guy's legit, like, why don't you ask him to send you it's called like a bill, air bill. That's usually when like people send stuff like through air freight. I think they give you like a bill of lading, or like a list of all the things that are in the box, you know. So I guess this guy told her he couldn't send it, and he had told her like it has all this really nice stuff that him and his daughter picked out for her, like shoes and like 50,000 pounds, mind you. And so my mom, in all her like trying to convince this lady, said like, okay, well, if there's 50,000 pounds in there, why can't he help you cover the cost of the like customs fees? Like, if he can send you 50 pounds, like, what's 120,000 Sri Lankan rupees, you know? And so I think that after maybe that, she said like her friend kind of came around and saw the light. So what a freaking drama. So yeah, she said they saw the light, and she like gave up on, you know, this whole thing. And so she feels like maybe she hopefully saved her and that she didn't give her the money. As far as my mom knows, her friend didn't give the scammer her money, but I mean, obviously, like, she's not watching her bank account. She doesn't know for sure, but I just thought that was such a wild story, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, you have to watch Tinder Swindler. I even sent my mom a screenshot, but I thought I'd share that story because I thought it was wild that, you know it happens, and like people always say like, oh, that would never be me, I would never fall for that. But truly, like, older people are so vulnerable to scams like that, and you just have to be so careful because sometimes they're lonely. I mean, it can even happen to young people. I mean, look at Tinder Swindler. All those girls were gorgeous, they had plenty going for them, and they still fell for the scam guy, right? So now I'm gonna do eyeshadow on the lid with the Plain Jane Remastered. I will say the mattes in this palette are not good. They're not good. They're so not good, but I was hopeful that they would be good. We'll see what the metallics are like at some point in the future, but honestly, I don't see myself reaching for the Morphe palette anytime soon, because usually if I don't have a really good experience with the palette, like I have so many other eyeshadow palettes, why would I reach for that over like my Blend Bunny? I wanted to use my Blend Bunny palette, honestly, in this video, but I wanted to use something I haven't used yet, because otherwise, you know, it'll just sit there in my collection and just age. So I would not recommend that Morphe palette. I should have learned my lesson by watching Angie's video when she said that the palette was no good, like the one she tried. But I was like, maybe they've taken some feedback. Maybe they've learned from their past mistakes. And the answer is no. But I am swatching this Adept palette just because I haven't swatched it yet on my channel, so I just wanted to swatch it out for you guys and show you. I don't think you're going to see like the multi-chrome effects on the different shadows, but I do believe that this is a all new formula for Adept, and I think they also changed some of the shadows that were in the original Plain Jane palette, and it's also in their like more upgraded packaging. So I did see a lot of different feedback. Some people were very upset that the palette got changed and that the packaging's changed and the shades got changed, and why isn't Adept selling the different shades as singles? And obviously I'm not the brand, so I can only do my best and like assume things. But I watched my friend Heather's video because she did eye swatches, and she said, hi honey. She said that the shades were different enough where you could justify having both, and I've had really good luck with Adept, so I didn't mind picking this up. I did buy this with my own money. It was not sent to me by the brand. I do have a code with Adept, so anytime I have a code with the brand and they launch something new, I like to buy it. If it's not sent to me, I like to buy it so that I can like test it out for myself, and either say like, oh yeah, it's worth it, or no, it's definitely a pass. I know people like to see a lot of like comparison stuff. I'm not gonna swatch the two palettes because you can't get the old one anyway, and if you were gonna buy the new one, if you have the old one, you were gonna do it whether I swatch the palettes or not. But if you really want to see swatches, I guess you guys can let me know and I can maybe do it on Instagram or something like that. But I'm gonna go into ACI 8, which is a really pretty like duochrome blue brown kind of looking shade. I'm just gonna give it a little spray, and I'm gonna put that on my lid. Ooh, that's such a pretty color. It's definitely picking up like a really pretty blue, and since my brush is wet, it's actually like it's, I don't know what the word is. It's making my Morphe shadows go away. How about that? Does that explain it? I will say I kind of regret buying the Morphe palette. I don't regret usually a lot of things, but it was super early in the morning when I was placing this order, and I think that if I had taken my time, I would have probably picked out some other different things when I was buying stuff on the Morphe site. But the main thing I wanted, well, I did want to try this palette, so I can confess to that. I did want to try the palette because I wanted to see if this palette had any potential, because I thought the color story was so pretty. Unfortunately, not the case. The Adept palette is saving the day because the shimmers are stunning, but oh my gosh, if I zoomed you guys in and you got a closer look at these mattes, you would be like, you call yourself a YouTuber? You call yourself a booty guru? Like, anyways, I love this fresh LA Girl Shockwave liner. Okay, I'm gonna go into this teal shade, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of the navy. Oh, this palette is so bad. I'm telling you, this is the worst palette of 2022 that I've tried so far. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be dramatic, but it's horrible. It's so horrible. Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade called ACI 10, and it's just like a white based duochrome, multi-chrome kind of shade. Okay, so my SD card only films in 30-minute increments, so it cut me off. I have no idea where. I'm sorry. I think I was bitching about how awful this palette is making the Plain Jane Remastered palette look. But let's do some... I think I need some setting spray, and then we're gonna do mascara. So I've been trying out this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. Grip Set and Refresh Spray. So far, I felt like I missed my face there. But so far for the price point, I'm not like 100% impressed. But I definitely need to use it more. So for mascara, I've been trying out this new one from Maybelline, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, let's use this one, which like, I liked this in my initial video when I was playing with the Urban Decay palette, the Wild Greens, but the longer I've used this mascara, it's just gotten so clumpy, and I haven't even had this for very long. I got this on the 30th of January, and I don't know, it was very clumpy, and I was very unimpressed by the whole situation. After a while, I had talked in my initial video about how I don't like to buy pricey mascara, and then when I buy pricey mascara and the mascara sucks, like that truly annoys me. So yeah, I had said I like this, but upon further use, I feel like for the price, like it's okay, but nothing to like get overly excited about, if that makes any sense. Is this foundation oxidizing on me? I feel like it looks very, very tan. And I'm usually light in the winter. Like I haven't really, obviously like there's a full-blown blizzard outside. I'm like not tanning right now, like outside. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I feel like I forgot to conclude my Tinder Swindler stories, but the whole reason I wanted to talk about this is to just say, like, be careful, you know. You could be a single gal out there watching this. I know people get catfished so often, especially with like online dating and stuff like now. Like, just be really smart, take care of yourself, and also just, you know, watch the Tinder Swindler because it's a fun show, and you can definitely leave me your thoughts down in the comments. So mascara is done, and then the very last thing, because I sprayed my face already, is to try out this new lipstick. And this is the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Creme in the shade Mocha Latte. I really liked his, I don't have it with me, his like shiny lip balms that he launched. So I didn't want to sleep on this one in case this one went viral and sold out everywhere as well. So I decided to grab one shade just to see. And if you follow me on Instagram stories, I was telling the story of how my husband was at the mall and I was like, can you go to Sephora and pick up some things for me? So I grabbed that Makeup Forever foundation and this lip product for me. So I really like this color. So I said Mocha Latte. I do have some lip balm on just because my lips are really chapped, but I'm just going to put this on over it. It has an interesting smell to it. It has like a minty feel to it. Is this supposed to be a plumper too? The Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Creme. It's interesting. I thought it was going to be like the Kaleidos formula because it's like a soft matte lip. I like the color. I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to have to run out and buy, but I was really curious about this, so I do have it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do my hair, and I'll be right back to show you guys the completed look and give you guys some more thoughts on some of these new things I tried out. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. I was gonna straighten my hair, but honestly, like, it's a Friday afternoon and I have no plans after this, so we're just gonna wear it down and hope for the best. But let's talk about some of the things that I tried out and give you guys some thoughts really quick. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that this palette is hot trash, garbage awfulness. So yeah, I really don't like this. I think this is a 2021 launch right? Let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure this launched in 2021, so I can't even bitch about it in my 2022 rankings video. Dang it. This was hot garbage. I'm just gonna say that. Not happy with this. This palette I'm really excited for. I can't wait to continue playing with this. Like I said, it is a existing palette that was reformulated, so I'm not gonna do like a dedicated video to this palette, but I definitely plan on using it to top other eyeshadow looks because I know Adept's formula is super good and it amps up any very blah looking look. And same with like this palette. I wasn't really impressed with the mattes, and I'm sure if I use the metallics I wouldn't be that impressed either, just even off of the swatches. So I mean, I'll try it one more time, but the mattes are garbage. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. As far as the concealer goes, this shade is definitely darker than my skin tone, so I'm not sure about it, but it does say it's a 30-hour wear concealer, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out and let you guys know my thoughts in the comments if I feel like this is like the revolutionary concealer that you need to try. This lip product is very average. I don't think there's anything special about this. That glossy lip that he did I think is really nice because it's very comfortable. It's slightly sheer but not overly sheer, and it has that really nice glossy look to it, so I can see why those are hyped. But this one is just like a very average liquid lip product that I feel like I have better versions of that. As far as the Makeup Forever HD Skin foundation goes, this is okay. It's nice. It's definitely not my favorite foundation, but I think what I might do in the next couple of weeks is a ranking new foundations I've tried video. So let me know if that's something you guys will be interested in. I am always looking for feedback in my comment section on what type of videos you guys like to see. Also, let me know if you like to see videos like this where I'm trying some new products and I'm talking about something kind of wacky, but I thought that story was hilarious. Stuff like that doesn't happen very often to my mom or to me, so I just thought it was funny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I will see you in a new video very, very soon. Bye, guys!